Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, welcome. I'm Lisa and I'm documenting our journey to becoming debt-free and saving for retirement. A few people reached out and asked if I could make a video on our payoff strategy, and in this video, I'm going to show you the tools and strategy we use. The first thing you'll need before you begin any strategy payoff plan is to have a budget in place. The reason you need a budget is so that you know your income, how much of that income is going towards bills, expenses, and how much you have remaining to go towards whatever your goals are, whether that's to pay off debt, savings, etc. You don't need a budget planner or anything fancy. A piece of paper and pencil or pen will be just fine. I have budget worksheets linked in the description box that you can download for free if you're interested. You can use that as a starting point. So the strategy we use is the debt snowball method, but not in the traditional way it's used when you pay the smallest balance to the highest balance. We are doing the debt priority snowball method, which just means that we take the debt that we want to tackle first, no matter the interest rates or the balance amount. For example, our Chase #1 card. This card is the first card we want to pay off, and the reason why we want to tackle this card first is because we are cashless budgeters and we use this specific card to pay for all our home expenses and some of our subscriptions. Once we pay off this card, those will be the only charges going on that card going forward. Just a quick update, when I'm filming this video, we have paid off this card in full. We are celebrating any wins we can accomplish. I plan to film my debt update video soon and hope to put it up sometime in the first week of May, so stay tuned for that. The tool I'm using to set up my payoff plan for paying off our debt is an online tool from this website called Vertex42. The link to the website will be listed in the description box below so you can follow along. I tend to ramble and repeat myself, so I want to apologize in advance for doing that. So let's move on to the tool that we use. Let's open the website and the document. The document we are using is the debt snowball calculator from the Vertex42 website. We're going to go into calculators, scroll down to where you see debt reduction calculator. Scroll down. You're going to see different options to download the sheet, whether in Excel or Google Sheets. I like using Google Sheets and that's what I'm choosing to download. Click your choice and it's going to download on your computer or phone depending on what device you're using. Before you can make changes to the document, you'll have to click here where it says use template. Click that. Now you're open to the document where you can actually enter your information. When you first open up the calculator sheet, you'll see some pre-populated examples. You will see that there's 3 tabs down here: the payment schedule, snowball chart, and help. The help tab is super useful and you'll want to refer to that for additional information. I will only be going over the calculator and payment tabs in this video. Let's begin with the calculator tab. This is where you'll enter your debt information. The first thing you want to enter is your balance date. This is the date you plan on starting your debt payoff. Next, you'll enter your debt info, your creditor, your beginning balance, your interest rate, your minimum payment, and the custom column here. Here's where you will put your debt in order of importance. In our case, is our debt priority. To save time, I've entered this information already, so I'm going to move over to that tab. So here you'll see that I started my debt payoff plan as of April 1st, 2024. You'll also see that I entered my debt in order of importance. The calculator sheet also populates your totals for you. You don't need to enter any formulas. As you can see, it totals your beginning balance as well as your total minimum payments. It also populates the info in the bottom of the sheet. Here you'll see how much interest you'll pay, how many months or years it'll take you to pay off the debt, and the payoff date. Take note of the payoff date if you can, because that will change when I go into the payment schedule tab, but more on that when we get to that section. Let's begin some calculations. So you've done your budget and you know that you can pay an additional amount of $2,300 a month towards that. Let's put that number down here for a second. Your new monthly payment now becomes the original minimum amount of $1,325 plus what you can pay extra towards that, and that total is $3,625. You'll enter this amount in the monthly payment section, and your initial snowball amount is the money you can put extra, which is the $2,300, and that is referenced here. Once you filled out all the information above, the last thing you'll need to do is select the strategy from the drop-down menu. The two most popular ones are the snowball and avalanche methods. The snowball method is paying the lowest balance first. Once that first card or debt is paid off, the minimum payment you were paying on that card now goes towards paying the second debt, so on and so forth, and that's why it's called the snowball effect. The avalanche method is paying the highest interest first, and the same concept applies where the minimum payment goes towards the second highest interest once that first debt is paid off. As you choose the strategies, the table will change. Let me show you an example. So right now the snowball strategy, it's on the snowball strategy first. So let's click the avalanche and you'll see how some of these dates and numbers change as you click through the table or the strategy that you're choosing. Compare each strategy and decide what's best for you, whether that's the snowball, avalanche, or any of the others. It's your debt, your money, and only you can make that personal choice. We are doing the ordered entered in table because we entered our debt info based on order of importance. As you can see here, we want to pay our Chase number 1 first. After that, we're paying off our Walmart, so on and so forth, and we numbered it in order of importance to us. Once you've chosen your strategy, don't change anything at the top of the chart. This is your strategy and your payoff plan. Now let's go over the payment schedule. This information listed appears based on what you've entered in the calculator tab. So it's basically the same information, but just more detailed. Let's say you have an extra $1,000 to pay towards that. That $1,000 you will enter here. When you add that additional payment, your schedule will change, including the payoff date. So for example, I believe if we go back to the calculator tab, we have here November 2024. I believe before this was December 2024. So if we just click the back button here, it'll undo what you just typed in, which is the $1,000. So let's go back to the calculator tab. So you see here, this is now back to December 24. When we go to the payment schedule and you input that $1,000 and we go back to the calculator, you see how it changed November 2024. So that's any additional payments you make or you input in this section here, it will change these payoff amounts. It will also change your interest amounts, and I believe that's it. And also your years or your months paid off. I hope I explained that clearly. If not, you can always reach out. But friends, that's it. You have your budget, your strategy, and now you're ready to pay off your debts. I know it can be overwhelming when you have multiple cards or loans and you find yourself asking, where do I even start? Like I said in the beginning, start with a budget, then choose a strategy and stick with it. If you do all these things, you are all in to overcome your debt. I also want to add that life happens and things happen that are out of our control, and we'll need to pivot and start a new strategy or even stop paying off completely. Know that if you can't stick with the plan, you can't stick with the plan. There's no shame in that. You do what is right for you and your family. As I mentioned earlier, we have paid off our Chase number one card. We're so excited and super happy about that. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.